CBA's JobKeeper warning. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, and we're going to look at an article from news.com.au written by Gerard Coburn discussing CBA's warning. Now their economists are warning of a $110,000 job loss when JobKeeper ends. Now, we're going to see this more and more. Technically, we are out of the recession. The recession is over. It was declared, 2 quarters of negative growth, and now it's all booming again. But you have to realize, everyone, the fallout from this recession will take years. Okay, it'll drag out over time. It really will. I'll bring up a chart. I will bring up a chart to show you. And this is, I know, the regulars have seen this, but remember, for someone, it's always the first time they've seen a chart or a website I go to. This is the Property Council. This is the data room. You can get a whole lot of economic and real estate information here, just general stuff, which is really good. Really good. As much as you go to some of the wanky Property Council events, which I've been to. Oh boy, guys, One of my mates, one of my friends, a Sparky. And he's a bit of a show-off. He likes his money, he likes his houses, but even he couldn't stomach the cost of going to a Property Council event. So let's have a look here. We go here to vacancy rates. Now, this is what I want to show you. Recession that Australia had to have, and then office vacancies kept going up. So the demand for office space kept going down. Businesses were reducing their floor area, and that was before the internet was really a thing, everyone. That's when we had, kids, we had dial-up modems. You had one phone line in the house, and you had to unplug it and plug it into your modem. We were lucky. We had 2 lines because my father. We had a fax machine, guys. We were right up there. But you can imagine working from home wouldn't have been as accessible as it is now. So this is why when they're saying the recession's over, everyone, there's going to be a flow-on effect. It's going to take time. And if anything, the flow-on effect, it's been pushed further down because of all of the interventions in the economy, all these unnatural things. Now, the politicians, they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to hope. Well, you think. Maybe that's naive, but I at least hope that the politicians on both sides of politics think they're doing the right thing. But, the consequences and damage of it could be quite drastic. And this is a chart I made here. And what I want to highlight is just how much of the workforce was being propped up by JobKeeper. Nearly 7%, nearly 8%, nearly 9% in some states. And these aren't the latest figures. I've got to update them. But it shows you how much was there. You've got to ask, would you throw money at a business that was going under? Well, okay, we're in a clown world. People do that all the time with IPOs, businesses that don't make any money. If you're SoftBank, you do. But there are going to be some businesses that have been trading while insolvent, that have just been kicking the can down the road with JobKeeper, and they're going to disappear. That's the sad reality of it, everyone. So if you're on JobKeeper, you need to make plans. My sister-in-law is on JobKeeper out at the airport, finally starting to get some shifts back, but she's found another job. She's got prepared to career shift, which is really encouraging. She's had to jump through a lot of hoops to do that, but I think she's going to tell him today that I'll only keep me on for casual, just for the weekends. But already her friends are telling her, ringing up, saying, "Yep, I've been stood down. I've got no work anymore." So you've got to prepare. You've got to do what you can, everyone. That's the thing. You can't. It'd be nice if everything just switches on and goes back to normal. It would, but you've got to just prepare for it not to happen. So let's have a look at what the CBA are warning. Because they make these dire warnings, and you've got to question. Put the tinfoil hat on, aluminium foil. Is it done with intention to sway political opinion or to push the public? Will we see more calls for continued JobKeeper or an introduction of a UBI? Economists at one of the country's largest banks, I'd say it's the largest, are expecting a staggering number of jobs will be lost once JobKeeper ends on the 31st of March. And we're getting closer to that. We really are. Economists at the Commonwealth Bank warn more than 100,000 jobs could be lost at the end of the month when the money tap from JobKeeper dries up. That means those jobs weren't really there. That means they were already gone, guys. I really hope that we're not going to read about small businesses, because you want to take care of your workers, you want to keep them on, but then there's people that'll be incurring all of these other costs and will get burned by it. The Commonwealth Bank report has detailed an expectation that 110,000 jobs are likely to be shed once the wage subsidy scheme closes on the 31st of March. JobKeeper was brought in at the beginning of the pandemic and provided a fortnightly wage supplement of $1,500 initially to workers. It is now a maximum of $1,000 per fortnight. I mean, the whole thing was rolled out really quick. Yeah, and you hear the stories about people actually earning more money on the JobKeeper than not. Hopefully they saved it. That's make hay while the sun shines, guys. Take advantage of it. It's not going to be every time that you get free money like this from the government. The government is used to taking money from you. Okay, particularly younger people. If they've managed to get ahead now with this, don't worry. You'll have to pay it back. Okay, you'll have to pay it back. The scheme was designed to keep workers linked to their employer and to prevent a mass shedding of jobs from the economic downturn sparked by the lockdowns to mitigate the pandemic. CBA said the calculated job losses would be in industries such as travel, accommodation, and transport that are still heavily affected by the restrictions. Despite the loss, CBA believes the current strength of the labour market and increased spending levels would lessen the blow for the economy. So they're hoping it'll still be good. But if you're in those sectors, it's going to be tough. Jobs in travel-sensitive sectors like transport, accommodation, and arts and recreation look to be most at risk, CBA said in its economic notes. However, given the strength of the leading indicators of the labour market, we expect that the overall impact on the labour market will be short-lived, and any negative impact on spending will be minimal. So they're thinking it's not going to have as big or as dire an impact as we think. I think it depends on the location, everyone. I think Far North Queensland are going to cop it. CBA's estimates are based on about 900,000 jobs by the end of March, still being supported by the JobKeeper payments. The majority of the job losses will be in areas that were still financially ravaged from the pandemic and were only surviving because of government support packages, the bank flagged. I mean, there's parts of our country that are like that by default, everyone. Some communities. It's pretty sad. You wonder why there's social issues there. I mean, if that's your only hope to get a government job at the Centrelink, bloody hell, you got to get out of there. The Morrison government has yet to announce further support to industries still impacted by the pandemic. I mean, do you think they will? You think they will announce it? They'll have to do something. If we've got an election coming up, they'll find something, at least targeted for these industries. See, just start, pay people back the tax they're paid. CBA noted roughly a quarter of the businesses still receiving the subsidy were within its high-risk category. We see transport, arts and recreation and accommodation and food service industries most at risk of job losses at the end of JobKeeper, CBA said. The industries are sensitive to international travel and also suffer badly when restrictions and lockdowns are imposed. Well, there we go. There's a solution. How about we stop those things? Have a look at my other content for discussions about lockdowns. Go to Odyssey, my Odyssey channel, and you can see a video there looking at some latest reports. Economists are optimistic the recovery will mean the job losses will be minimal. Do you trust the economists, everyone? Let's just bring up this from our leading economists. I'll just leave this here while I have another shot of coffee. This is my first video for the day, so I need my coffee. And for those of you that worry, I get up early in the morning and I make my videos back to back, and then I edit them. So I'll probably only have maybe maximum 3 coffees when I'm recording my Okay, they're half a litre each. That's not sounding good, Florian. Anyway, back to this. NAB's latest business survey found firms are still looking to hire new employees to meet the demand of rising activity, while Westpac's leading consumer index found more people believe unemployment levels are declining. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's unemployment, yeah, it's there's two ways to measure everyone. We'll bring up another one. We'll bring up the Roy Morgan unemployment estimate. They use a different method to the ABS to measure it. And I mean, if you don't realize that, they survey people with these things. They have interviews. In the ABS, if you do 1 hour of work within the survey period, then you're considered employed. One hour. Now, we can't all be, like TikTok or Instagram models where that's our work. Although, to be honest, they'd have to do a lot more work than that to make decent coin. But it doesn't feel like enough. So here's the Roy Morgan unemployment and underemployment estimates. If we scroll right down the bottom, you can see here combined under, so people don't get enough hours, and unemployed is 21% of the workforce. And that's gone down, according to Roy Morgan as well, from 21.7. That's still pretty high. Let's go right back to 2005. It was 15%. And we'll have a look here. 2015, 18.9. What? Why is it jumping around? Oh, wait, they go monthly. I mean, you can see here. Guys, it's been... Wow, it's been up for a while, hasn't it? Where's it? GFC's 2008. We'll go through here. So there you go. Look at that. 16%. Boom, it went from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And it's just been up. It's a big chunk of your workforce, guys, that's underemployed or unemployed. So there we have it. Gerard's article about the CBA's predictions of 110,000 job losses. Now, they're not too worried, but I bet you a carton the CBA aren't going to be giving mortgages to people working in those industries. Overall, it'll be isolated, but if you're in a town that's completely dependent on tourism, it's going to be a nightmare. What do you reckon? Let me know your thoughts and opinions, guys. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're working in these areas, how it's going. Is there enough work on there? How's it going? I had one gentleman get in touch. He's trying to get back down to Brisbane from North Queensland, and he's having trouble finding a place to live because of the rental market. So it's all a bit crazy right now. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of the channel and want to support the content I find and put together here, there's a few ways you can. You can simply watch and share the content. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links that you find down below from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.